Hey guys, it's here and welcome back to another video. Today I am in Minecraft 1.12 and I know it isn't command block tutorial because I haven't gotten any suggestions lately, but I wanted to still talk about command blocks nevertheless. So 1.12 is coming out incredibly soon, and if you're like me, you might not have realized this until really recently because 1.11 or 1.12, I mean, pre-release 2 just came out. And if you don't know, pre-releases are released typically really soon before the actual full release, meaning that for all I know, the full release of 1.12 could be out by the time I create this video. So this video is kind of about, first off, a couple of changes that are in 1.12 that you might want to know about, which I'm sure you know some things about it at least, but also as to what it means for command blocking, because obviously that is what my channel is about. So another thing I will mention, by the way, is two YouTubers, definitely much bigger than me, but who create awesome content that I feel like would greatly help all of you if you want to see more about 1.12 stuff right now, are Phoenix SC and Slicelime. Phoenix SC, creator of Pokemon Cobalt and Amethyst, if you've heard of that, and also went ahead and created a bunch, he does command block stuff anyways, he's awesome. And Slicelime, he does just basically a video every snapshot that comes out and explains what's kind of changed, and does some fun other videos as well. So we're gonna go ahead here and go over the basic changes and kind of what changes affect command blocking. Okay, so first off we have advancements. This is one of the biggest things, and you would have seen that earlier in the game a bit more. Advancements are pretty cool because advancements are what have replaced achievements. So essentially it's tab based, and you could have all sorts of different like custom settings. By the way, sorry, I know this video is laggier than usual. That's just because I don't have Optifine right now, but you'll notice, right? There's also a recipe book, so I could use this to say craft some planks just like that super easily. And advancements wise, I'm not sure exactly how to unlock most of them, but there are definitely a bunch of different advancements, and they're really nice. They kind of explain what to do, but they're a bit of almost a handicap for some. Another big thing is saving hotbars in creative mode. So this is actually kind of cool, because you'll notice if you hold C and press a button, you could save a hotbar in creative mode. So if I were to go ahead here and just place a bunch of stuff like that and do C1, item toolbar, save restore with X1. So now I clear all this. Let me grab a bunch of other stuff here. Let's grab sure that. Okay, so now I'm gonna do C2. Or oops, I just did X2. Let me redo that here because that was not what I wanted to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close enough. Okay. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna do C2, and now that we've done C2, gonna close out of that. So now I can do X1 or X2 to switch between different hotbars, and I clear it out using one of those ones that hasn't been saved yet. So that's big for building, obviously, and you could probably do that with command block special NBT data, which is obviously very useful. So advanced modes, creative toolbars, there are also parrots, which is one of the bigger additions that you might have seen. Wool colors have been changed and look a lot better now. And there's also these new concrete and concrete powder blocks that also just look really nice and are great for building with. They're nice and solid with a tiny bit of texture. If you get close, you could see the texture, but for the most part, you don't notice it at all. But of course, those are all fairly minor changes if you're a command blocker, because those don't really do much when it comes to wave command block, except for advancements. But so advancements, right, they will automatically show up with different tips, etc., and allow you to, you could create custom advancements is the main big thing when it comes to command blocks. One sec here. Sorry about that, I had to blow my nose so that I could breathe. Anyways, yeah, for advancements, what you could do is you could actually, using text files, create a custom advancement. And using these custom advancements, you could also go ahead and do all sorts of things. So, for example, I could create an advancement that would automatically execute certain commands when run. So you could have them execute functions, essentially. But the big thing is actually functions. So functions are actually really cool. And again, Phoenix XC made a very cool video on how to use them recently. But essentially what functions are is they're a way using text files to run certain sets of commands, and currently could only have one function running at a time. But the way functions work is that you essentially, once you set it up via text file, you could have it always running. So that means typically you'd want a conditional rate, something like, you know, execute at a score whatever, equals whatever, and then have your command. But what that means is that instead of having to have super long strings of command blocks and having to worry about them unloading, you could just have it all defined in a text file and it'll just run, which is awesome, as you may know. And so, of course, when 1.11 or 1.12, I mean, fully comes out, I will make a video fully on how to use functions and how to use advancements. But obviously, they are fairly important. And if you like, I could go ahead and send you a link to the Minecraft Gamepedia page on 1.12, although actually the link is minecraft.gamepedia.com/1.12, so there you go, actually there's a link. And there are a couple of other changes which you could find there. For example, other than tutorial hints, there's an advancements command, so actually I could do advancements grant wave jump games until oh geez, there are a lot of these. Let's do adventuring time. And you notice it gave me 3 advancements, which I can now see under here. As you can tell, it looks so much nicer than everything else. So I got discovering area biome, changing my respawn point, and adventure, or as my tab there. But I could also do, instead of grant wave jump games, I could do instead of grant wave jump that, I could do grant wave jump games everything. And now it just gave me 408 advancements. There's so many tabs, so many different things to do, which, I mean, that's just awesome. And it's something that I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting for in Minecraft for a while. Now, there are also unlockable recipes. There are some new game rules. This is kind of important. So, game rules. And I will make a full 1.12 like changes video, command block standpoint wise, and maybe just generally command block or generally a changes video once 1.12 comes out. But there's announce advancements. If you want it to announce advancements in chat, do limited crafting, which if you enable will only allow players to craft recipes that they have unlocked. So you have to have unlocked the recipe in order to actually craft it. Game loop function is essentially just the function that you want to be executed once per tick. Again, you could just set that using /function, so I don't really get the point of that. And then max command chain length, which currently is set to 62536, which is from, at least according to the wiki, it determines the number at which this chain command block acts as a chain. So I'm assuming what that means is that if it passes that number, it no longer acts as a chain in game. But I don't really get the point of that. There's also a little bit of a special
narrator narrates all.
I'm not sure what I just did. How do I turn that off? Let's see here. Yeah, that's a new thing again, by the way, narrator, which is supposed to narrate everything. But if you don't want that,
wave jump games T.
Then you should probably figure out how to turn it off, because yeah, maybe it's like how do I turn off narrator? Control B.
Narrator narrates chat.
No, I just turned you off.
Narrator narrates system.
Okay, that thing.
Narrator off.
I can also go ahead here. There's also a knowledge book item in games, knowledge book, which you can't get any other way, and doesn't really do anything, but would typically show up under your crafting menu. Kind of interesting. And there's some new NBT tags, etc. If you want to see more about 1.12, let me know in the comments section below. Of course, I will be rebooting my command tutorial series when 1.12 comes out, ideally with Optifine. And as to those of you curious about this, my Minecraft server, it will be updated to 1.12 as soon as Spigot is updated to 1.12, and of course also with compatibility, because if none of my plugins work, then we're gonna have a problem. So, anyways, I hope you have enjoyed this video. The reason that this video is different than usual is because I'm working on some other things. So, once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead and leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you want to see on the channel. And thanks for watching. Bye!